Good day, everyone. So we're now down to our guided practice number 3. We're looking for the equation in standard form of the parabola being described in this item. So we're given that a horizontal parabola with vertex at -2 and 3, and it passes through the point 2 and 1. So based on the situation, there are 3 things that we can consider so that we can find the equation. Horizontal, and then you have the vertex, and we also have a point which is included in the parabola. So now looking at our table, um, this this column here, if the parabola opens to the right or left, we call it as a horizontal parabola. And once the opening of the parabola is upward and downward, that means it's vertical parabola. In our case here, it says that it's a horizontal parabola, so we will be using this column or formulas here to complete the properties of the parabola. Okay. In the equation, there are 3 variables that is very important for us to come up with the equation: the h, the k, and the p. So for now, we already have the h, which is -2, and then you have the k, which is 3 coming from our vertex. However, we do not have our p yet. So that is why the very first step here is to find first what is p. So to find p, we will be using the same equation. We'll use the h and the k that we already have, and use the point provided to us, which is 2 and 1. So the 2 here will become our h, or will become our x, and the 1 here is our y. We substitute these values in the equation. So notice that we only have p as our variable. So our goal is to isolate it, to find the value of p. 1 minus 3 is -2. 2 minus -2 is the same as 2 plus 2. So you'll get a 4. You multiply the 4 and the other 4, you'll get a 16. The square of -2 is 4. Then, to to cancel the 16, we divide 16 in both sides. Then you have 4 over 16, and you will get 1/4. So yung 4 over 16 lang, we just divided the 4 in the numerator and the denominator as well. So you'll get a 1/4. So that we already have our h, we already have our k, we already have our p, so we can already push through with the equation. So using the same equation, we just substitute 3 to k, -2 to h, and 1/4 to p. So 4 times 1/4 is just 1. X minus -2 is just the same as x plus 2. And then we can just remove the 1. So you'll have the square of y minus 3 is equal to x plus 2 as our equation. Though hindi naman pinapahanap sa atin, so this is just a bonus. Let's look for the others. So let's start with focus. You have p plus h here for the x coordinates, so 1/4 plus -2. Kasi yan yung p, ito naman yung h. Then of course, yung k is automatically 3. So 1/4 minus 2 is -7/4. So yung coordinate ng ating focus is -7/4 and 3. For our directrix, you have x is equal to -p plus h. We just substitute 1/4 to p. You'll get -1/4. Then you have h as -2, so plus -2. -1/4 minus 2 is -9/4. So this is now the equation of our directrix. This is a line. And the axis of symmetry is just y is equal to k. Our k is 3, so y is equal to 3. That's the equation of our axis of symmetry. And finally, the direction of the opening of the parabola is on the right, because the p is 1/4, that's greater than a 0, so to the right. If it turns out that the p is negative, then the opening of the parabola is on the left. Now let's go to the application of parabola in real life. So what you're seeing right now is an example of a satellite dish it's actually in the shape of paraboloid if we consider the entire satellite dish. But once we chop the satellite dish, the section that is being shown after you chop it is what we call a parabola. And this portion here is what we call a receiver. So bakit importante yung part na to? You've noticed ang purpose ng satellite dish is to receive transmission. So yung signal na nare-receive ng satellite dish, it actually goes to the paraboloid, itong mismong dish, and then it bounce all of the signal that is being received will bounce towards the receiver para mas clear yung transmission. So naiipon siya doon. Now, going back, once we slice it, it's a parabola, and the receiver here is actually the focus in our lesson. The same thing happens when we consider solar power. So the satellite dish here receives the energy coming from the sun, and it bounced going to the receiver. So the receiver again is our focus. So let's now proceed to the guided practice number 4. So this is actually related to what we're discussing, satellite dish. So again, the satellite dish has a shape of a paraboloid where each cross section is a parabola. So pag icha-chop. So this is an example of a satellite dish again, and this is a paraboloid. And once you divide it into certain sections, you'll actually get a parabola out from it. Since radio signals or parallel to the axis will bounce off the surface of the dish to the focus, the receiver should be placed at the focus. How far should the receiver be from the vertex if the dish is 12 feet across and 4.5 feet deep at the vertex? Now, if we will consider the provided information, we can actually consider a vertical parabola being placed in a Cartesian plane where the vertex is at the origin 0, 0. Tapos, we're also provided with the information that the dish is 12 feet across. So since nilagay natin yung dish sa gitna mismo ng Cartesian plane natin, or in the vertex is at the origin, so yung 12 feet din natin, na buong 12 feet sana sa taas, it's being divided into two, and what we consider now is just the half of it, which is 6 feet. Okay? So para mabuo yung 12 feet, of course, the other half will complete that. Pagkatapos, itong point na to, which is the edge of the dish, will have to identify its coordinate kasi part siya ng parabola. So it will be useful for us to figure out the missing information that we're looking for. So this point here is 6 and 4.5. 6 again dahil nga dito, and 4.5 kasi because the other information provided us that the satellite dish is 4.5 feet deep going to the vertex. So from this point to here, that is 4.5. So the y coordinate of this point is 4.5. Now, given that situation, so you have the vertex at 0, 0, and you have a point which is part of the parabola, which is 6 and 4.5. Okay. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to find the equation of the parabola. So since it's a vertical parabola, so this is the equation that we will be using. We just simply substitute. Okay? Substitute. Okay, you might be wondering bakit A po yung nakalagay dito. So in our class, we usually use P. But in some situations, some other books, instead of using a P, it's an A. Okay, so do not be confused. So for us to come up with the equation, same as our previous examples, we need an H, we need a K, and we need a P or A. Kaso nga lang wala pa tayong P or A. So that is why, we just have to substitute, okay? Consider the 6 as our X and 4.5 as our Y. And then, you have H, which is 0, and K as 0. So, substitute, 6 minus 0 is 6 squared. As 6 minus 0 is 6, then you get its square. Then 4.5 minus 0 is just 4.5. The square of the 6 is 36. 4 times 4.5 is 18. Then, to get the value of just the A or the P, divide both sides by 18. So, 18 divided by 18 is just 1. So, you have an A. Being isolated already, 36 divided by 18 is 2. So, okay. You might be wondering bakit yung A na yung naging, why is it that A is already our answer? Because that's the question. How far should the receiver be from the vertex? The receiver is actually the focus. Okay, the focus. And the purpose of the P or A is actually the length from the vertex going to the focus. So there you go. So getting the A answers the question already. So the receiver should be 2 feet away from the vertex. Basically, just to let you know that if you have a parabola, okay, signals that is being transmitted to the satellite dish will actually go through to the parabola, and then it will bounce going to the focus or the receiver. So it would look like that. Okay? But the length from any point in the parabola going to the focus will always be 2 feet. Okay. Let's proceed to our guided practice number 5. The cable of a suspension bridge hangs in the shape of a parabola. The tower supporting the cable 400 feet apart and 150 feet high. If the cable at its lowest is 30 feet above the bridge at its midpoint, how high is the cable 50 feet away or horizontally from either the two towers? For you to answer this problem, I highly suggest that you just try to read it one sentence at a time and get something out from it before you proceed to the next sentence, until such time that you'll end up with the question wherein you will try to understand it already. The first sentence says that there's a cable of a suspension bridge and it hangs in the shape of a parabola. So just like what you're seeing right now on the screen, that's a bridge, and that is actually the cable that is being suspended in both ends of the tower. So instead of considering the entire bridge, maybe we can just consider one parabola with two towers on both ends. So yun yung mga supporting towers natin, yung nasa left at saka nasa right. Now, next sentence, the towers supporting the cable is 400 feet apart and 150 feet high. So that means from this point to this point, from one tower to another, that's 400 feet apart. And then the height of the tower is 150 feet. And of course, if that's 150 feet, that is also to the other tower. Now, next sentence. If the cable at its lowest is 30 feet above the bridge at its midpoint. So, hindi pa natatapos yung entire thought ng sentence. But based from this phrase, we can already consider something. The magic word here is midpoint. Midpoint of the bridge. In other words, this part here, we'll be dividing it into two equal parts for us to identify its midpoint. And if we consider its midpoint, the ones on the left is 200 feet in terms of its length, and that is also true to the other division, which is 200 feet. Now, based from the problem, from the parabola, the lowest part of it, which is this part, going to this part here, that's actually 30 feet high. So that's the lowest length of the cable. Now, how high is the cable 50 feet away from either tower. So, yung iko-consider natin na 50 feet away is with respect to the horizontal line. Okay. Now, 'pag sinabi nating 50 feet away from the tower, so ibig sabihin nun, we're just referring from this tower, let's say the ones on the right, from this point going here. Okay? So that means this is 50 feet away from the tower. Then let's look how high the cable is, if ever that's the case. So I just have to erase my markings, and then so from this point going to somewhere here, it should be 50 feet away. And then for us to so we're looking for its height. Okay? Kung andito tayo, going to the point, until the point sa cable ng bridge. So we can actually consider a point there that is very essential to answer the problem. So now, we can strategically put the bridge on top of a Cartesian plane, wherein the midpoint, strategic din yung gagawin natin. We put the midpoint of the midpoint on top of our origin for us to find the answer in an easier manner. But again, putting the bridge in another position in the Cartesian plane is okay. Pero yung para sa akin, yung pinakamadali is putting the midpoint on top of the origin so that the coordinate is 0, 0. So let's try to simplify things here from the figure. Since nilagay na natin siya sa Cartesian plane. So this point here is 0, 0. And then this point here, the lowest part of the bridge, yung ating suspension, it's 0 and 30. And then this point here is negative 200 and 0. Negative siya dahil going to the left. So yung negative dito is with respect to the direction in our y-axis. So negative 200, then 0, then yung kabila din, that's 200 and 0 since nasa right side, kaya positive 200 this time. And then yung taas naman is negative 200 and 150. 150 because that's the height. And on the other side, okay, that's 200 and 150. Now, the point, yung point na kino-consider natin to answer the problem, the coordinate for that is 150, but we do not know what's the y coordinate yet. If ever makita natin yung y, that answers the question already kung ano yung magiging height ng cable if it's 50 feet away from the tower. Now, you might be wondering bakit naging 150 where in fact the given is 50. So the situation, when we try to consider the coordinate of a point, we usually base it from the y-axis, from the origin, from the origin. Yung binigay kasi sa atin is yung tower from this part here going to here, that's 50. But when we try to assign the coordinate of a point, we usually start from the origin going to here. Okay? So instead of using 50 as our x coordinate, what we did is kung gaano kalayo yung point na to from 0. In which yung kabuuan dito is 200. Since we know that this is 50 here, so 200 minus 50, you'll get 150. Okay. So there you go. So this is 150 from the origin. That is why this is 150 instead of 50. Okay. Now, let's try to solve the problem. So again, okay, that's the figure that we come up from what we discussed a while ago. So our strategy here is find the equation of the parabola, and then once we completed the equation of the parabola, which includes the h and the k, okay, all we need to do h, k, and p or a, either p or a. What we need to do is just substitute 150 to x, and then we'll find y. Okay? Sige. So to find the equation, hindi muna natin gagamitin yung 150 and y na coordinate. Kasi nga may missing pa. Now for the equation that we need to consider, since it's a vertical parabola, the opening is going upward, so we need to use this formula: x minus h quantity squared is equal to 4p times the quantity of y minus k. So now, of course, the vertex is at 0, 0 and 30, yung lowest part ng parabola natin. Substitute 0 to h and 30 to k. X minus 0 is just x. And then we're left with 4p times quantity of y minus 30. Now, hindi pa natin alam kung ano si p. Yan yung problema. So we still have to find what's p. How will we do that? We'll be using the point here, which is 200 and 150. So yung 200 natin will become our x, and our 150 becomes our y. So substitute, you'll get 200 squared is equal to 4p times the quantity of 150 minus 30. So p na lang yung natira. So i-isolate lang natin here. 200 squared is just 40,000. 150 minus 30 is 120. Then we divide both sides by 120 para makancel to. So kumbaga, divide 120 both sides. So then, whatever you do on the left, do on the right. So na-cancel na si 120 sa right hand side. Yung natira na lang is yung sa left. So 40,000 divided by 120 is equal to 4p. If you simplify 40,000 divided by 120, you'll end up with 1,000 over 3. Now, no need to find what's p. Kasi ang mangyayari naman mamaya, isa-substitute din natin siya ulit sa equation in which i-multiply ulit siya sa 4. So hindi naman natin concern talaga on what is p. So pwede na natin siyang hindi na natin siya i-divide by 4. So para mas mag-gets mo, this is our equation again. X squared is equal to 4a. Again, medyo baka nalito lang kayo. May p at saka a. P and a refers to the same thing. Medyo nagrarambo lang yung variable na ginagamit. But it refers to the same thing. So so alam na natin kung ano si p or a. So ang gagawin natin, yung buong 4a na yung papalitan natin instead of just the a. Okay? Instead of just the 4p. Okay? So 4p, replacing it, we replace it 1,000 over 3. Then, we use that as our equation. That's the equation of the parabola. This is the best time for us to use already the 150 and y because it's part of the parabola. And then we need to find what's y. So the 150 here is our x, of course. So the y, substitute, the x, we substitute it with 150. 150 squared is 22,500. And then, we multiply both sides by 3. So ganito yan. Para makancel yung denominator sa 1,000 over 3. So multiply both sides by 3. So yung 3 dito makakancel. 1,000 na lang yung matitira. 3 times 22,500 is 67,500. Then, divide both sides by 1,000 para makancel na naman yung 1,000 sa right-hand side. Okay? So 67,500 divided by 1,000. Again, nagdi-divide lang tayo ng 1,000 para makancel yung 1,000 sa right. Baka magtaka lang kayo. So yung matitira na lang is y minus 30. Then you have 67,500 divided by 1,000. you'll end up with 67.5. And then finally, mag-a-add ka lang ng 30 para ma-isolate na yung y. Whatever you do on the right, you do on the left. So, add ka din ng 30 dito. So, you'll get 97.5 after adding 67.5 with 30. So, 97.5 feet. So, that answers our question. The cable, which is 50 feet away from this tower, from either of the tower ito, going to here, the height here is 97.5 feet high.